How do you plan on getting the first generation of recipes contributed to the site to get it all the process started?
Right. So basically what we're planning on doing is drawing only from really trusted sources. So using some of our startup money, giving money to celebrity chefs in order to use their recipes, giving money to other cookbook authors, trusted sources such as, family, friends. But it's going to start up with a relatively small base, so that's kind of why marketing is so crucial for our business, because it's very important that we develop a large user base quickly in order to generate those recipes.
Do you have a notion of how much content is required just to have the site populated so that the first 1,000 visitors are satisfying?
In comparison to take Blue Apron for instance, they offer like 6 recipes weekly, which is nothing. That's those recipes offered to all of their customers. So I think we wouldn't necessarily need a huge user base in order to have customers and to get the business started. I think the quality of the content is more important in our starting phases, just so people have a positive experience. But I think moving on, it's really just going to be another amenity. How many options are available?
What's the incentive for someone to put a recipe on?
So basically, it's incentivized through, we have sweepstakes, as Riley mentioned earlier, that are sponsored by companies to win, kitchen equipment, cooking classes, etc. So the incentive is that, but it's kind of also just in the community aspect of our website, in the sense that it is a social network. So people will post their recipes for fun and to share them with their friends, but also kind of in the same way that Yahoo Answers has this I don't know, they have a very similar system in terms of points. So users would be given points towards prizes by submitting recipes that are positively reviewed.
Yeah, that was a really, really well done, great presentation. Love the idea, love the name, love the logo. Who designed the logo?
We actually got some help from UView.
That was great. Although I wonder if you thought about the URL. We don't need to talk about it, but reci.p. It'll be interesting how you translate it to URL. But it's great. It was helpful to have the competitive analysis. Because it's interesting. I was thinking about in our household, and we're pretty healthy. But we go to like Eating Well magazine, and you can get tons of recipes off of that. So I don't know if while you identify this as subscription-based recipe services, it would be interesting. I don't know if you've done work to figure out where people are going elsewhere for recipes.
There are other recipe magazines, like you said, and websites, but they don't have the delivery aspect that we do. Like you said, there's Taste of Home, which is a magazine that does give recipe examples that you can use that are healthy, but you can't really order them offline. You have to really go to the grocery store still. So our online website gets rid of that hassle.
So to that point, how important, do you have any research or sense of how important the delivery service piece is to this? Is that something people would use?
So how do you mean, just important in terms of?
Well, because you brought it up a number of times as like a differentiator to the other sites.
Right.
But is that something that will be perceived as valuable, that you can actually?
I believe so. Considering that our target demographic is an audience that's very pressed for time, I think the grocery delivery is going to be crucial in differentiating ourselves from other sites. Just because if you're pressed for time, not only is it a hassle to try and think of what's for dinner, but to go out and get all of those things. And so I think the delivery aspect is important, and it's not that any of our features necessarily are not present elsewhere, either in magazines or on other sites, but it's really how they all work together. Because by having so many different facets, having so many tools to help user experience, it creates a superior home cooking and home shopping experience.
Yeah, that makes sense. I love your monthly celebrity chef review idea. I think that's a really great idea because those chefs are so well followed. Question on the user experience. I got the 9 filter idea, which I think is great. From a design point of view, have you thought about that? Because my sense is that from what I saw, like, and from seeing some of these recipe sites, they're just cruddy kind of looking, but I wonder if there isn't, an opportunity to do something great from a design point of view, and so it just feels special and different. I don't know if you've thought about that.
Yeah, so the website that you saw, I designed it, but I feel like integrating just a regular search bar on top. I mean, I really wanted the website to kind of feel like homey in a way, if that makes sense. Like make someone feel comfortable, not like it's on these well-known sites, it feels so bland and original. I wanted something that it felt creative to me to make a site like that almost. But just integrating the search bar into it wouldn't be too hard. But there would be obviously sublinks for things like my cart and our recipes. I created a few pages like where we are, contact us, or meet the chef, for example. Because we do want to, in the future, once we gain a little bit more success, we are looking to hire a chef to actually test all the recipes and whatnot to see if it would match not only in quality but just make sure it's tasty, healthy, things like that, and only used with the best ingredients. And so once we get that chef, I feel like we can really kind of zone in on what ingredients to recommend to our shoppers, things like that. So as far as the website goes, I definitely think it's a work in progress, but
But it felt good.
Yeah.
The design was really great. It felt like there was an opportunity to really differentiate yourself, and that's a nice work. Joe, I love that you reached out to these different leaders, the people you were talking about, and it's just a great signal that you guys can be successful, because you're going to have to do whatever it takes. But those kinds of things are really powerful. It sounds like you're leveraging your youth, and everybody wants to, as we talked about, everyone wants to succeed. So it's great.